Greetings, vloggers, bloggers, followers, and potters. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty. Before I start my vlog for this week, each one of them, I'm going to talk about the shirt that I'm wearing. It is hashtag Autism in Action, and I got it through a fundraiser through Autism with a Side of Fries on Facebook and Instagram. And I want to give a shout out to her real quick just to say that this is a nice shirt and I appreciate it. And it definitely makes it well known that, I do have autism and I am putting the skills and knowledge of my autism into action while doing something such as this vlog. She's going to do shirts in the future, and I do appreciate this, and it was a nice gift. And I want to say that it was made by Spectrum Designs, so that employed people. It was all a hand-in-hand venture, and that it was 4 people on the spectrum for the facility in New Jersey that they wanted to create for autistic adults, but also it was created by Spectrum Designs, which is a company that employs autistic adults and puts the forth of that. With that being said, so today we're going to talk about something a little serious. And I know the world is just spinning around. And for me, it's spinning around too. And I just want to make that very, very blatantly clear. We know the COVID it's not looking good again as we look at it. We've been in this COVID pandemic for about a year and a half now, and it just every time you hear about it, it's like, do you have to hear about it again? Is this sad? And the reality of it is, it may be the anxiety that I experience. It may be watching too much TikTok, which can happen. But when you see real situations in real life of how individuals react to things, when autistic individuals who are higher needs than, say, myself, and understanding what they have to go through when they become exposed to, or potentially exposed to, somebody who could have the virus. That's a scary predicament. I've watched this story on TikTok of an autism child who was 8, non-speaking and very limited to communication, and he had a fever of 103 degrees, I believe. And so they found out that their respite worker actually had tested positive, COVID positive, and was not vaccinated. So the fear is there. They had to make sure that they had to get the test, and to get the test, because of how it is administered, required the whole, because of him being anxious, flailing. I hate to say it even like that, but just it required 5 people to hold him down, and this is a well-respected family by this practice, but to make sure that test was administered properly, it had required 5 adults to hold this young child down. And that's the fear, folks. That's why I live in fear, I think, because I don't only live in fear, but I want to protect you and everybody else that I run into in public, whether I see you at the store or in the day program or at work. I want to protect you. And that's probably, I do get a lot of looks like when I wear my mask around and masking up, and even though we are the mask mandate is lifted in my state, I still wear a mask when I feel that I'm in a compromised situation where distancing cannot be ensured, where it's going to be people, because the CDC recommendations state clearly that we're supposed to when we're in a substantial county. My county that I live in is now a substantial county and has been for the past week, and yet things are still going as usual. People are doing the same things that they're doing, regardless of what this substantial word means. But I took it as we need to be proactive. We need to be hands on deck with this. We need to protect ourselves. We need to wash our hands more, things like that. It's very important to make sure that I protect myself. And I not only protect myself because, hey, I might be selfish, but, I'm not only protecting myself from, that, but I'm also protecting you, and I'm protecting myself against you guys if somebody would contract, and then, ensuring social distancing. And I know that is a word that is a redundant and hateful word, especially in this area. But when we, it's there for a reason. And if you want to say physical distancing, I'm all for it. But but the fear of getting that thing shoved in my nose is one of the most scariest things in my life. And, then having to quarantine and wait and not be able to go do things and be laying in bed or it's just not good for me. It's not healthy. And I have to protect myself. And, and I don't really have, if I have to quarantine, God forbid, there's no one else to protect me. And I can't risk that. That is my belief. And, we all say, your body, your rules. I chose to get vaccinated. That is my choice. And I respect anybody else's choice. But you need to do your best to protect me too. And I'm trying to I'm protecting myself against you by wearing the mask. And I shouldn't have to be ridiculed for having to wear the mask. I choose to. Do I think it's pleasant to wear the mask? I do not. People can't hear. People sometimes can't understand. I'm learning to adapt again. Yeah, I know we've been almost over a year wearing the mask. I get it. People are tired of it. But when we're going back into the pattern, I can tell it. I'm very intelligent. I'm not, I'm very intelligent. I'm very smart. And that's why I'm doing this advocacy so well, is because we have to be proactive against the virus, and we have to beat it. And, there's people who say, well, it's not true, and it's falsified, and there's no such thing. And, yeah, that may be the case. But when we're watching numbers of people and case numbers grow every single day, and we're climbing back up that bar graph every day, then there's a sign, and people move and people transfer, and people don't stay in their communities like they used to when we were locked down. Yeah, maybe a lockdown's coming. Could be. I'm not going to hand in it. I'm getting ready for it. I just went grocery shopping this morning. I stocked up on some things, so so I'd have things. I wasn't a doomsday prepper, but I made sure I had some things so that I could take care of myself, because we don't know what's going to happen. We can't tell what's going to happen from one day to the next. We have no clue what's going to happen from one day to the next. And it's me saying COVID, COVID, COVID. But you know what? It would be scary if it was me getting sick or you. I'd have the same compassion and the same feeling that anybody has. And I couldn't imagine the pain and the agony that any individual with a disability, autism or any other disability, goes through to make sure that they're safe and can take care of themselves. It's a struggle, and I'm not going to stand by and let you to the side. With that being said, just be mindful. If you feel you need to wear your mask, wear it. If you're one of those gung ho people don't want to wear it, that's okay too. But I'm going to protect myself. And I know I should have, went on TikTok, but it's loaded with that. And I thought, I'm just going to do a video because this is one of my less seen channels. And, I think it's important to bring that out, that, I'm just protecting myself, and I'm protecting, the other people around me, because I'm protecting myself from the other people. And it's a two-way street with the mask. And, it's so hard for people to understand. The vaccine, it just gives extra armor. And yeah, maybe if I get it, I won't get as sick, or, but my chances are very slim. But I also have to do my part by protecting myself to make sure that I am okay. So I think it's enough about the COVID today. So with that being said, have a good week if you're not watching my next video. Also, like me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dustin's Dynasty, Pinterest and TikTok at Dustin's Dynasty ASD, on the web at www.dustinsdynastyusa.com. I'm also streaming on many podcast platforms, including Spotify. And of course, you can be sure if you like this video, like it or thumbs down it, give a reaction. I won't care. And share if you want to share. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. Feel free. And tap that notification bell if you want to hear more content. Thank you again, and have a nice day.